What up, boys? In today's video, I want to talk about my honest opinions on Airbnb arbitrage. It's been about 3 years, really 2 years of me taking it actually serious and just lay it all out to you guys, let you know what my thoughts are. This is my mic setup right now, Diet Coke on the DJI or DJI on the Diet Coke. Ignore how messy my room looks. Real talk, I moved here like 2, 3 months ago over to Nashville, and I keep on telling myself I'll organize my room, but honestly, since I live alone now and no longer at my parents' house, there's like very little incentive for me to actually clean my room. Anyways, I'm just going on a tangent. Let's get right into it. I sound like a freaking YouTuber right there, like I'm KSI or something. But anyways, you guys, gonna give you my honest thoughts, and yeah, let's get right into it. Now, before I even continue, I just want to go over what Airbnb arbitrage even is, because a lot of people might not even know about it. Airbnb arbitrage is definitely different from owning the property, all right? When it comes to owning a property, you usually have to put thousands down, right? Usually it's anywhere from 5 to maybe even 20% down. All I am doing with Airbnb arbitrage is renting a property and re-renting it, obviously on Airbnb, all right? So there's no reason to own the property. There is no reason to put a huge down payment. I don't have to have thousands in the bank account. All I need is to go on Zillow, right? Search a property that I like, reach out to the landlord, ask them if I can Airbnb their property. If they're cool with it, then I furnish it and then I go ahead and re-rent it. Why is this even a goated business model, and why is this actually a very, very good and very profitable business model? I'm going to go over 3 reasons why I honestly think this is one of the most slept on business models out there and why you should take advantage of it. The first reason is honestly that this is a very, very stupidly simple business model, all right? One thing about business models nowadays is they might look very appealing. They might look flashy, right? But they're also very, very, very complicated. With Airbnb arbitrage, it is honestly insane just how stupidly simple this business model is, right? I explained it to you guys in one sentence. You rent a property and then you re-rent it. There's literally nothing else to this game, all right? That is why I like this business model so much, is because literally a high schooler, right? If literally a 19-year-old can do this, right? A 19-year-old brown kid, which was me at the time, my sophomore year of college, right? With basically no experiences, no understanding of business, didn't do anything complicated, right? I don't come from a trust fund or anything like that. If I can do it, then there's absolutely no reason why anyone else can't do it either. So that is a huge reason why I like this business model, all right? It is simple. It is stupidly simple, all right? And I know nowadays a lot of people want to go after the flashy business models, right? Starting an AI agency, doing drop shipping, selling a clothing brand. I know a lot of these things are popping off right now, but what you don't understand is there is a lot that goes behind the scenes of this business model, all right? These people that make it seem very simple, like, oh, you just need to run ads. Do you guys know how hard it is to run ads for an agency, for a clothing brand, for a Shopify brand, for anything? Ads are not easy, all right? Plus, anything that is online can really, real talk, break at any time, all right? Your ad account can get shut down. What are you going to do with your AI agency? What are you going to do with your social media marketing agency? What are you going to do with your clothing brand if your ad account goes down, right? And that can literally happen at any time, and I know that because it's happened to me when I started an agency. So again, this is stupidly simple. There is nothing too complicated about it. Literally anyone can start it. Even if you're a brain dead autistic kid, you can probably start this, and you can probably at the very least actually understand the business model, which is why I like it so much. Reason number 2 as to why I think this business model is very, very, very good is because of how simple it is to scale, all right? Now, just to break it down for you, I am going to show you guys my listings, all right? Alrighty, so these are my listings. I now have 9 Airbnbs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all right? Now, the reason I'm not showing you guys specific names or specific addresses is because a lot of you guys in the past have searched up my Airbnbs and then you start messaging me, which is honestly very, very irritating, all right? I'll get a message saying, hey, someone's interested in booking your spot for a whole 2 months for $10,000, right? But then it just ends up being some random TikTok kid who just found my listing and then decided to message me. And it's honestly very, very irritating. If you guys don't believe me that these are my actual listings, I don't know what to tell you, all right? I honestly don't care if you don't believe me. I am just trying to give you guys sauce. And if you guys don't trust me, then hey, it is what it is. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just showing you guys my listings again. So scalability, all right? I went from basically 2 years, all right? I've technically been doing this business for 3 years, but really just 2 years of taking this business seriously. And I have gotten 9 Airbnbs, all right? And I did this all while being in college. I just graduated 2 months ago. I did this while taking a full load of classes every single semester, and I was still able to get 9 Airbnb properties, all right? Do you realize how crazy that is? 9 Airbnbs. That's more real estate than most people would ever have in their entire lifetime. And I did this all while being in college, all right? So why is this business model good? Number one, it's stupidly simple. Literally anyone can start it. Number two, you can scale very, very quickly. Now I want to show you guys how I scaled very quickly, all right? Now there's honestly two ways that you can scale very quickly in this business model. The first thing is referrals, all right? So you either have someone that is a landlord, you know a landlord, your parents know landlords, and you tell them, hey, my son, or hey, I am trying to start this Airbnb business. Do you know anyone with properties that would be open to this that I can then get properties from, right? So that is an easy way, an easy into this business model, right? I promise you, you might not know someone who's a landlord, right? Your parents might not know someone who's a landlord, but their friends might know someone who's a landlord, all right? So an easy way, and honestly a very, very easy into this entire business model is just through referrals. Go out there, talk to some parents, talk to some family friends, talk to your parents' friends, whatever, right? Maybe people at your work. Tell them, hey, do you know anyone who's a landlord who might have properties, right? This isn't obviously going to work every single time. Maybe you might not have anyone, but it is worth a shot, all right? One property bring you an extra $1,000 to $2,000 at the very least, and that's honestly a property that isn't even cash flowing that much, right? 1 to 2K on a single property is not crazy. You can make that off of a 1-bed or a 2-bed property. So if you can just find one person who has a 1-bed or a 2-bed property, an apartment, a house, a duplex, whatever, that could pretty much be just an extra 1 to 2K per month that you bring in, all because you decided to just talk to someone, right? Now, the second way to scale very quickly, and this is what I personally did, is to build a long-term relationship with the landlord, all right? These 9 Airbnbs that you are seeing, believe it or not, I do not have 9 landlords. I only have 3 landlords that I actually work with. Why? Because I went on Zillow, I talked to them. After talking to them, I built in their head, I told them that, hey, this is not going to be a one-time thing, all right? I want to be your forever tenant, essentially, is what I told them, right? So I told them, hey, I'm willing to take this property for the next couple months, see how it goes. If it goes well, are you open to renting me other properties? And obviously they were. That is exactly how I am at 9 Airbnbs, even though I just work with 3 landlords. One landlord gave me 4, the other gave me 3, and the last landlord that I work with now gave me 2, all right? So scalability wise, it is very, very easy to scale. And honestly, if I hadn't been in college, if my parents let me drop out, which obviously they didn't, they're brown, they wanted me to focus on good grades. Even though I didn't, I got a 2.9 GPA, which isn't amazing for a brown kid or an Asian, right? But anyways, you guys get the point. I did this in college. If I was out of college, honestly, I probably would be at 20 listings right now. But you guys have this opportunity right in front of you. I'm literally giving you guys all the sauce. I don't know what else you want me to do. Third reason as to why this business model is so good is number 3, because of how profitable it is, all right? One Airbnb, like I told you, even if it's a 1 or a 2-bedroom property, which is honestly a very small property, right? A 1-bedroom is basically, or even a studio. I literally have studios. Let me show you guys my studios. This right here is a studio, and this, where's the other studio? And this property right here, which you guys can't see, this property right here, these are both studios, all right? So not even 1-bedrooms. Studios are very, very cheap, all right? Usually you're going to pay a couple hundred. If you're in a huge city, maybe like Seattle, Atlanta, whatever, you might be paying under 1.5, maybe closer to 2K. But a single property can usually make you anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, all right? Each of these studios that I just showed you, this studio and this studio right here, these both bring me at least $2,000 per month in profit, all right? I'm not talking about revenue. Anyone can flash revenue numbers. I'm talking about profit, all right? And usual profitability margins for drop shipping, for an agency, for whatever, are usually not anywhere close to Airbnb arbitrage, all right? My profitability margins across all of my Airbnbs are usually between 40 to 60%, all right, on Airbnb arbitrage on my properties. And I would never recommend you guys actually go get an Airbnb unless your margins are right in between these numbers, 40 to 60%. That means for every $2,000 that you make, you should be making anywhere from 800 to 1.2K in profit on that property. All right. And these aren't crazy numbers on Airbnb arbitrage properties either. As long as you know what you're doing, your listing is optimized, right? You're actually taking professional photos. As you guys can see, all of my listings, they have very, very professional photos. I actually spent my time decorating these properties as well. As long as you're not a bot and you don't just have one single price for every single day. Think about it for a second. If you're in a college town, right? If you're in University of Texas or whatever, and you have a football game that weekend, there is absolutely no reason why you should be charging the same exact price for that weekend compared to every single other day, right? But that is the competition. That is another reason why this business model is so good, is because the competition is absolute NPCs. They're absolute bots. It's usually mom and pops or older people who have a vacant property. They're like, hey, let me put this property up on Airbnb and let me see if it makes money. They're not going to go out here. They're not going to optimize their listing. They're not going to take professional photos. Are you kidding? This is just another property that they had and they don't care about it. But if you come in here with the mindset of an operator and you know exactly what you're looking for, you know that you are going to decorate it, make it look better than every single property that's out there. You're also going to make sure that your listing prices are on point. There's absolutely no reason why you can't make 40 to 60% profit margins on an Airbnb arbitrage property. Now, if you guys want to know exactly how to, find good margins, exactly how to find the ideal property, exactly how to actually make your property profitable as well, I made a whole separate video on that, but that's not the topic on today's video. These are basically the 3 reasons why Airbnb arbitrage is worth it in my opinion. It's simple, stupidly simple, you can scale very quickly, and it's a very profitable business model as well. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, and I'll see you guys on the next video.